Do you guys know what time it is? I think you know what time it is. It is time to pick my July TBR with my TBR jar. If you are new here, hi, my name is Emmy. Make sure you click subscribe. I upload videos twice a week here, everything to do with books, reading, life, vlogs, fun stuff. And if I'm not here on YouTube, you can always find me over on my book talk. I usually post daily there. But I did a TBR jar video last month. It was my first one. I was inspired by Miss Rachel Catherine, who I believe created this video concept. It's something that so many booktubers do, and as I've been getting into my booktube era, I made a little TBR jar. The prompts in these I found across YouTube videos, TikTok videos, Instagram, Pinterest. Some you guys gave me ideas for, and others I just came up with myself. And today I went book shopping because I realized I only had like 4 books on my physical TBR left, which is not ideal when you're trying to pick at least 6 books for your TBR. So we're gonna do the same. We're gonna pick 6 books here because I usually pick another 6 books on my TikTok. Or maybe I should just pick 8 books today. Why don't we? Why don't we see? I've just been book shopping. Why don't we pick 8 books? We'll see. We'll see. We'll start with 6 and then see how it goes. But I'm going to randomly pick out some sticky notes. If you're watching this video and you have a fun idea that I can use as a prompt in this, please comment below because I'm always looking to top it up. But I think we should just jump straight into it and start picking prompts. All right, first one. You ready? Okay, it's a pink one. I'm actually a bit nervous. I always get nervous. A book from Kindle Unlimited. Okay, I already know what I want to pick from this because I downloaded some books on Kindle Unlimited when I was going on my holiday that I didn't get to read, and it is Trial of the Sun Queen. Yeah, Trial of the Sun Queen. It sounds really interesting. It's a book that I've been wanting to get around and read. I already have it downloaded on my Kindle for Kindle Unlimited, so I should probably get around to reading it. It is part of a series. I think there's 4 books, but 3 have been published so far, so it will be adding another series to the list, but I want to read this, so I think that's going to be the first book we do. How exciting. Okay, now let's hope that I've got a couple Kindle like things in here, so I hope that we get a physical book instead. Let's pick a yellow one. Book number 2, a book with a flower on the cover. What have I got? Let's have a look. This has flowers. This also has flowers. I think most of these books have flowers. Okay, so quite a lot of books have flowers. We've got These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. There are some roses on the cover of this. This is like a Romeo and Juliet reimagining set in 1926 Shanghai. And I did pull this last month as a potential for the TBR, so I kind of want to read it, but because I've just gone book shopping, there's more. Again, A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. This is one of her adult fantasy books. I've read Divine Rivals, which is a YA one, so there's that. There's a few different types of flowers on the cover there, but I don't know. The Scarlet Veil, which is by the same author who does Serpent and Dove. Are they roses on the front cover? Really pretty. The Foxglove King. I think this is the one I want to read the most. And again, it's got flowers around the corner. And then I've got The Metal Slinger, which is book 1 in Fire and Metal. And this was an arc that I was sent by the author. I also have it on Kindle, so that would be fun. But I want to read this one this month anyways. I think do one of the new books. One of these two. They both have very similar covers. So, you know what? I think we're gonna go for the Foxglove King because I really want to read this one. So we're gonna pick this one. It has a lot of flowers on it. The lavender, and I don't know what half of these flowers are, but there is florals in it. So the Foxglove King is a gilded, gothic, and darkly romantic epic fantasy series. Laura has been living by her wits since she was a child, running poisons for the cartel that took her in, avoiding the attention of the law and keeping her affinity for death magic a secret. Also, it's giving like gothic fantasy. Because mortem is a rare and illicit commodity, and using it could mean death. When a job goes wrong, Law suddenly finds herself thrust into a lavish court where no one can be believed and even fewer can be trusted. There, Law must navigate an intricate web of politics, religion, and forbidden romance to solve a mystery more dangerous and twisted than she can even imagine. So, quite excited to read this one. Paperback Honey on TikTok, she reviewed this on her Goodreads and said that the 2 main male characters in this give her Dorian and Kale vibes from Throne of Glass. So I've had this on my radar for a while, but that's what sort of pushed me off the edge to go and buy it. So I'm glad we're reading that. All right, that is 2 books. So let's pick book number 3. We'll go with this one. Ooh, TikTok poll. So I need to put a poll up on TikTok of 2 books, and then whatever the one that people choose, that will be the one that I read. So let's do that now. And what 2 books do I want to read? Do I pick 2 completely different books or 2 similar books? Or 2 books that have been highly recommended? Like 2 popular books. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna do Dance of Thieves and A Court This Cruel and Lovely because both are recommended to me or mentioned in my TikTok comments. So I feel like I don't know who would win this. I think this one is more popular, but this one I'm getting more recently. So we'll take a photo. I use my TikTok stories quite a lot, but I've not used polls on there yet. God, I can't spell. Okay, which book should I add to my July TBR? I don't know how long I'll have to leave it for it to get like a decent amount of responses. I might have to come back to this like later. Okay, let's add that to story. Okay, that's up now. We'll see what the people of TikTok have to say and come back and pick that. All right, book number 4. First 5-star on Goodreads. So this is one where I will just scroll through my Goodreads home page, and the first person that I follow or I'm friends with that rates a book 5 stars, if I have it, I'm gonna read that. Well, Sarah gave 5 stars to Happy Place, but I literally just read that. So we're not gonna read Happy Place again because that was also a 5-star read for me. So we'll keep scrolling. Might be scrolling for a while. So many 2, 3, and 4 stars. Oh, okay, here we go. Sophie Miller gave 5 stars to Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. And I have this book. I specifically bought it because I'm trying to read more romance books. So we have this, so yay. That wasn't so bad, that was pretty easy, and now we're sort of changing it up a little bit. So that was the first 5-star reads on my Goodreads homepage. Shout out to Sophie Jane. I love her vlogs and the fact that she's now doing bookish stuff in them. It's just so much fun. This, I think, is part of like an interconnected standalone series from Abby Jimenez. She's got like 3 books set in the same world, but you don't have to go and read them in order. So I picked this one up because this is her latest release. Justin has a curse, and thanks to a Reddit thread, it's now all over the internet. Every woman he dates goes on to find their soulmate the second they break up. So when a woman slides into his DMs with the same problem, they come up with a plan. They'll date, break up, and cancel out each other's curses. Very fun. I've seen so many booktubers read this, and because it's summertime, I feel like hyped to pick it up. All right, so that is 4 books picked. Let's pick some more. A book by a new author. So I can practically pick any of the new books that I've just recently picked up because so many of them are new, but I actually think I'm gonna go with The Ark because this is an indie book by an indie author, so new in every sense of the way. Bryn has spent the better part of her life waiting for the chance to attend the annual market hosted by the Kenta, the very same people who exiled the Alaha to live a life over the sea. A rite of passage for all young guards, she's not sure what to expect from it, but breaking a century-long peace treaty certainly isn't on her map, and neither is the encounter with an enemy soldier. Returning home to Alaha, she's confronted with the aftermath of the day's events. The future is uncertain as the threat of hunger looms over the people. Rumors of a growing rebellion, Bryn and her closest friends promise to stick together. When an unexpected visitor arrives, Bryn's loyalty will be tested as she learns of a world of magic and treachery. Once her enemy, always her enemy, right? But the dark, knowing eyes of a stranger make her question everything, including her heart. This is a book by a new author, so that is fun. That is book number 5. What are we gonna go for number 6? This one says IG story poll, but we're doing a TikTok poll, so I'll put that one back in for next time. We're gonna have to pick again, I'm sorry. A book with a white title. We're doing it. We're reading the Atlas 6. I've put it off for long enough. I've had this on my bookshelf for like 2.5 months now, and people keep asking me if I've read it. So this is actually one of the only 2 books on my shelf that has a white title. Everything on my shelf is like a holographic title. So we're gonna go with the Atlas 6. Lots of fantasy reads this month. Nothing new there though. All right, we're gonna pick 8 books. We're gonna up the ante this month. Oh, this sticky note has a lot of writing on it. A book with more than 400 pages. That's not going to be too hard because every fantasy book on my shelf I think has like 600 pages. All right, I think we're going to go with this one. This one has 443 pages and it is Defy the Night. A spark of rebellion is all it takes to defy the night. In a kingdom where sickness stalks the streets and only the richest can afford a cure, King Harrison and his brother Prince Corrick are forced to rule with an iron fist. Tessa Cade is a masked outlaw marked for death, but she likes it that way. Together with the mysterious handsome Weston, she robs from the rich to help the poor, distributing medicine to those who need it most. As it becomes clear that the only way to save her people is to assassinate the king, Tessa faces a deadly mission that will take her to the dark heart of the kingdom and force her to work with the very people she intended to destroy. This is, again, one of my recent book pickups. Very excited to read that, but I literally went and grabbed the smallest book on my shelf and it was like 440 pages. So everything I have is literally 400 to 800 pages long. I think I need to buy some more romance books because they're all like 300 or less. All right, now this is gonna be the last book that we pick. Are we ready for this? An anticipated read. Well, something I really want to read. You know what? I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna read Red Rising. It honestly is one of the shorter books on my shelf. It's 379 pages, and I have high expectations for this. It comes highly rated, highly anticipating reading it. So I think we're just gonna go straight ahead and read it. I think on Amazon, when I was looking this up, it said it was like a mix of Game of Thrones, Hunger Games, Star Wars. It's sci-fi. The Earth is dying. Darrow is a miner in the interior of Mars. His mission is to extract enough precious elements to one day tame the surface of the planet and allow humans to live on it. The Reds are humanity's last hope. Or so it appears, until the day Darrow discovers it's all a lie, that Mars has been habitable and inhabited for generations by a class of people calling themselves the Golds. A class of people who look down at Darrow and his fellows as slave labor, to be exploited and worked to death without a second thought. Until the day Darrow, with the help of a mysterious group of rebels, disguises himself as a Gold and infiltrates their command school, intent on taking down his oppressors from the inside. But the command school is a battlefield and Darrow isn't the only student with an agenda. This sounds fun. So, I've not read sci-fi. Like, space kind of scares me, so I'm enjoying the fact that it's not too large of a book to start with. It's printed pretty decently as well, so I feel like it would be a good, like, dipping my toe in, and I can see what the hype is. You know, I've got that anticipation, so shall we have a look at the TikTok poll? Okay, well the poll right now is 50-50, so I think we're gonna have to leave that and come back to it and then pick later. So let's regroup.
Hey YouTube. Back with another sick review.
Okay, so it is a couple hours later now. I've left the poll up, so let's have a look at the results. And okay, we have a clear winner. The Dance of Thieves has 76% of votes. That is a landslide. So I Caught This Cruel and Lovely will be getting put back on the shelf, and Dance of Thieves is what we're gonna read as the 8th book. And these are the 8 books that I'm putting on my TBR. All of these books I will be reading in reading vlogs here on this channel, so if you want to see me read these 8 books, then make sure that you have subscribed, so obviously you see when I read these books. And if you've read any of these, let me know what your thoughts are, which one you think I should read first, because I'm kind of equally excited to read all of them. Plus, obviously, our Kindle read, so I don't know what I'm going to read first or pick up, but I can't wait to read. I have a lot of anticipated reads this month. And if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you aren't already subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button, because this little channel is growing and I'm having so much fun here. I hope you're having fun too. I have some very exciting videos coming up. I can't say too much. I've got some very exciting vlogs coming as well, because she is a vlogger. I am also maybe going and getting some bookish tattoos this week. Yeah, stick around. We've got so many reading vlogs, reading challenges, bookish things happening here, and I can't wait to share it all with you guys. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.